cleaning or for shading or any type of effects that you want to do. So let me show you what we will be doing today. So something quick that you can actually do in the salon. So this is a quick look that I've created, and it's something that you can actually do really fast in your salon and to really boost your income and add a little bit of artwork and something fun for the upcoming holiday season. Okay, so here I have a completed nail, and I always work with a completed nail. And what I mean by a completed nail is, of course, is like you have your 2 layers of color coat and 1 layer of your Vinyl Lux top coat. And so that way, when you do artwork, everything will fall into place really easy. So to create this design, I'm going to use the color called Statement Earrings. It's a nice little color, and I'm going to use my striper brush, and I loaded my brush. And I'm just going to place the line down here. And when you're using your striper brush, kind of just lay it flat and then let the brush work itself in. Okay, so like so. Another line here to create my pinstripe, I guess. And repeat the process until you have a desired thickness that you want. If you feel like it's drying, just want to touch your brush into your dampen dish that has acetone in it, and what it'll do is it will start to wet the product just a little bit for you to be able to continue to work with it. Okay, and notice I'm always loading my brush in between, so I always have product so it doesn't become very streaky when I'm working with it. And that's some of the challenges of working with any type of lacquer polish, that it dries a little bit quick. So you will learn your consistency when you work with the product. And I love working with Vinyl Luxes because of the pigments that are in it and the fast drying time. For art, roughly you have about 8 minutes until it fully dries. So that's what I like about it. And so the next color is I'm going to use Cream Puff. Right here I have my palette. And I always work with a palette, and just in case if it gets dry, I always have my dapping dish here on the side that I can work with. So again, I'm going to create another stripe. And like I said, just lay it flat down and let the brush do the work. Okay. And I'm always loading my brush in between. And touching it with a little bit of acetone in between my work or my lines, okay? So this is too much. And you just want to lay it flat. And you have a nice clean straight line. Okay, like so. Once that dry, of course you'll be working with different fingers, 1 or 2 fingers, and it should be dry by the time you come back to your next hand. And so once it dries, you'll start to create the desired look that we are trying to create here. And what I'll do is I'll walk you through the process and how I usually do it, okay? And I use a striper, not a striper, a detailer brush. And this is just a regular detailer brush that you can get. So the first petal that I like to create in this so-called abstract flower is, let's start with the top here. And you just want to create like a little triangle. Okay. And always picking up product in between. Make sure you use your acetone dapping dish, so your product will move a little bit smoother and it won't dry out and be clunky on you. Okay. And the next step is to really create one right here. Okay. And think of a semi-teardrop when you're working with it. Okay, and just kind of fill in just a little bit like that. Again, we'll do another one right here. See, it's drying out on me, so I'm going to pick up a little bit more product and pick up some more. Keeping my brush wet with the acetone is the trick, guys, when working with CND Vinyl for any type of nail art. So a really quick design that I think that will work for the holiday season. Okay, a little bit more. Okay. And then let's add a little bit of fun effects to this, little bit of detail right around here. And you just want to press and lift up. And like I said, you always want to let the brush do the work instead of you having to do the work. So a really quick, easy design. Just a few lines and you have a nice look. Okay. And let's add a little bit of something right about here. Okay. And want to bring it up, bring the corners in so that way it doesn't look bare on this side. We bring a little bit of focal point right here. Okay. And a little bit press right here and lift up. Okay. And now I'm going to use a dotting tool to create little dots. And let this dry. So just a dotting tool like so. And you let it, and then once you let it dry, work with the other hand, and you can come back and top coat it. Okay. So I'm gonna add a few dots right around here. Okay. And a little bit down here. All right. And once you top coat this now, you should be fine of it coming out like this. Okay. But I'm gonna let this one dry a little bit before I top coat it. But you can see the final look for this. And so I think that I have a little bit of more time. So I'm gonna show you a second look real fast. And it's this one. Okay. So something really quick on this one too. So here's the color. It's called high-waisted jeans. So to speed things up, I'm gonna have a nail that's I've already prepared. Right here. This one's dry. But it's the same process of using your striper brush a while ago. It's to really lay it flat. And always keeping your dapping dish right next to you with acetone, okay guys? I think that's something important, and I'll walk you through creating this design right here, okay? And that shouldn't take us too long. And the beauty of, like I said, working with vinyl lux is the pigments. Once it dry, it has such nice pigment that I don't really have to what do you call it, worry about having to coat it 2 or 3 times. Okay. And with this, you just want to, like I said, touch down and fill it in. Okay. Creating a nice little teardrop shape. And let the brush work itself. Pick up your product. If it dries out, dab a little bit of acetone in it. And you should be okay. And create this right here. There we go. And just kind of shade in this area. And a little bit of detail up here. Oops. No problem. We'll just shade this one in. Just have an extra one in there, huh? Sometimes an oopsie can be something that's not an oopsie. Okay. And remember, you feel like right now I'm feeling that it's drying out on me. So I just want to touch a little bit more onto my palette and touching it into my acetone like so. And that way my brush is always wet, the product's always wet, and it's easy for me to work with. Okay, so let's press here and a little bit right there. And then let's create a bottom one, and we'll create a cat corner from this one. Okay. So Vinyl Look is really easy to work with, and it dries fast for those clients that would like to change color or anything like that in the salon. I definitely recommend having this in your salon. Something, there we go. And again, a little bit of detail here and there. And it just adds up really fast when you do it. And of course, in the salon, you can move faster than me. But when I'm trying to do this demo for you guys, I gotta really try to scale it down and slow it down. But I'm glad that you guys are on and being able to join us today. Okay. All right, a little bit here. Okay, and there you have it, guys. You have two looks, and once it dries, you can top coat it, and this is what it'll look like. Okay, so here are the final looks that we created, and you can use any of these designs to create your next season design. Okay, so again, guys, thank you for joining today on my demo. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. And remember, Vinyl Lux is a must tool to have in your salon. Thank you.
Hi.